Imagine waking up tomorrow morning and doing something that feels almost illegal. No coffee, no tea, no energy drink, no caffeine at all. Just you, your body, and the quiet. At first, it sounds harmless. But what if I told you that the moment you stop drinking caffeine, a chain reaction starts inside your brain and body that most people never fully experience, simply because they quitting too early? What happens next isn't just about energy. It's about sleep, mood, anxiety, focus, digestion, and even how you experience life itself. And the most surprising part is that the hardest phase isn't the end, it's the beginning. The first day without caffeine feels strange, almost uncomfortable. You wake up and your body waits for something that never arrives. Your head feels heavier than usual, your thoughts move slower, and even simple tasks feel oddly demanding. This isn't because your body suddenly became weak. It's because caffeine has been blocking a chemical in your brain called adenosine, the natural signal that tells you when you're tired. When caffeine disappears, adenosine doesn't slowly return. It rushes back all at once. That wave of tiredness isn't failure. It's your nervous system finally being honest with you after years of being silenced. Then comes the headache, the phase where most people give up, a dull pressure, sometimes sharp, sometimes throbbing, sitting right behind the eyes. This happens because caffeine tightens blood vessels in the brain, and when it's gone, those vessels relax and expand. That expansion creates pain, but here's what most people don't realize. This pain isn't damage, it's adjustment. Your brain is relearning how to regulate blood flow on its own. The headache feels like punishment, but it's actually proof that your brain is taking back control. As the days pass, usually around day 2 or 3, something else shows up. Irritability, mood swings, a shorter fuse than usual. Little things feel bigger than they should. This isn't because caffeine was making you emotionally stable. It's because caffeine was constantly stimulating stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, keeping your nervous system in a low-grade fight or flight mode. When that stimulation stops, your hormones begin recalibrating. Your emotions feel louder at first, not because they're stronger, but because you're finally hearing them without a filter. Then something subtle but powerful begins to change. Sleep. You fall asleep faster, without racing thoughts. You stay asleep longer without waking up multiple times. And for the first time in years, you experience deep sleep, the kind where your brain cleans itself, hormones reset, and memories consolidate. Many people don't realize that caffeine can stay in the body for up to 10 hours. That afternoon coffee you thought was harmless was quietly destroying your sleep architecture. Without caffeine, sleep stops being shallow and starts being restorative. After about a week, mental clarity begins to return. Brain fog lifts, thoughts feel less scattered. Anxiety softens, not dramatically, but noticeably. That constant background tension you thought was normal starts to fade. Research shows that caffeine can increase anxiety in many people by overstimulating the nervous system, even if they don't consciously feel anxious. When caffeine is removed, the brain becomes less reactive. You pause before responding. You feel calmer without feeling dull. And this calmness isn't weakness, it's control. Digestion often improves too, even in people who never thought they had digestive issues. Caffeine increases stomach acid and speeds up gut movement. Without it, bloating reduces, acid reflux improves, and hunger signals become clearer. You're no longer mistaking caffeine jitters for hunger or fullness. Your body starts communicating honestly again, and for many people, that alone feels like relief. Then comes the most unexpected change. Your baseline energy resets. Instead of needing a substance to feel functional, your body begins producing energy naturally. The mitochondria inside your cells, responsible for energy production, work more efficiently when they're not constantly pushed by stimulants. You still get tired, but the tiredness makes sense now. It signals rest, not failure. You wake up with steady energy instead of artificial urgency. You don't feel wired, you feel real. This is the phase where people say something surprising. They don't miss caffeine. Not because life becomes perfect, but because life becomes predictable. No crashes, no dependency, no constant chasing of the next cup. Just stable focus, calmer emotions, and sleep that actually does its job. And that's when many realize they were never low-energy people. They were overstimulated people living in disguise. If you're thinking about stopping caffeine, the key isn't force, it's understanding. Reducing intake gradually, drinking enough water, prioritizing sleep, and eating balanced meals can make the transition smoother. This isn't about discipline or willpower. It's about letting your body recalibrate at its own pace and trusting the process long enough to feel the payoff. Because the real question isn't whether you can live without caffeine. It's who you become when your body no longer depends on it. When the fog lifts, the nervous system calms, and your energy stops being borrowed, many people realize they weren't broken. They were just overstimulated for too long. If this video helped you see caffeine differently, like the video so more people can hear this message. Subscribe for simple, science-backed health content explained in a way that actually makes sense. And comment below, are you thinking about quitting caffeine, or have you already tried it? Your experience might be exactly what someone else needs to hear.